So I wonder, it's the DNC's job to best represent the candidates and to hopefully get them elected. They don't have a responsibility to journalism or to journalist outlets. Looking at it from that point of view, given the viewership, does it not make sense to put Democratic candidates in front of a Fox News audience, especially if you're asking them, you know, if you think the audience is going to vote for Trump and you're asking them to vote for Democrats, don't you want to put them in front of that audience?
I'd say two things. The first is that in 2016, the Republicans didn't have any debates moderated by MSNBC. And in fact, the only time that they had NBC slated to moderate a debate, they canceled it because Donald Trump refused to go. Now,
do you think that was smart? Or do you think that they should have put their candidates in front of everybody they could?
I think that you go where the voters of your party are. When it's a primary debate, you're going to speak to as many people of your party as you can.
States like California that have open primaries
the other
now.
thing that I'd say, though, is that these debates aren't going to be behind a paywall. They're on a different channel. And any Democrat who's watching Fox News right now, I guarantee they know how to change the channel.
What do you think?
Wasn't it CNN? Wasn't it Donna Brazile through CNN that fed questions to Hillary Clinton? Wasn't that right? I just find this extremely rich that the DNC is all of a sudden caring about objectivity.
If you read the piece that was just discussed in the New Yorker, it says that essentially the exact same thing was done from Fox News to Donald Trump
at the precise same
time.
incorrect. And I
this
think
was
that
at the same
wrong.
time that Donald Trump was railing against all of this.
And I think that was wrong.
An allegation that certainly we don't agree with, and I don't know where their sourcing is or what their proof is on that front. But keeping it to what we're talking about right now, I don't know if it's in the best interest. Maybe it is in the best interest to keep the Democratic candidates from being pursued by somebody like Chris Wallace, who's a really tough questioner, or Martha McCallum or Brett Baier. I mean, maybe the Democrats feel like they can't stand up to that kind of debate prep and questions.
I don't know if it's that they can't stand up to it. I think it's unfortunate because I think, okay, sure, you want to talk to your base. I get that. But on the other hand, I think if you want to move forward and have progress in life, like in all aspects, you want to talk to everybody. I mean, if there's an opportunity that out of, say, 1,000 people watching, you could sway one person by what you're saying, then I think that that's worth it for both sides. I think both sides should have the opportunity to talk to everybody. And I think right now, being in between you guys, by the way, is a really tough place to be.
Kennedy?
Well, it's interesting because I think what Democrats see is in 2016, the moderators of the Fox debates on Fox News were very tough on the Republican candidates.
Right.
And I think this is a cowardly move because they saw how these moderators really held those candidates' feet to the fire. It was not an echo chamber, and it was not necessarily a friendly forum. And I think that's what they're scared of. And I think Democrats, if they really want to win the general election, they need to get outside of the echo chamber. Yeah. You need to really extend yourself outside of the bubble and submit yourself to this level of scrutiny.
It was interesting, you know, in a recent article where they were talking about the industrial Midwest and that this is sort of the area that Trump by surprise took over in the last election that was typically a Democratic stronghold. And if that's the case, it seems like you would want to, if there were viewers that were traditionally Democrats that went to President Trump, that you want to win back. That's all the more case why you want to get in front of Trump people and show them maybe you went over for one election, but here's, you know, 26 reasons or whatever it is why you should come back to the Democrats now.
I guarantee you that Democrats, the 20 or so candidates who are running, are going to be talking to people all across the country. They're going to be talking to folks in Iowa. They're doing it right now. They're going to be talking to folks in Ohio, in Michigan.
So why would they be afraid? Why would they be afraid?
It's not a question of being afraid.
But the debate setting is very different, and you know that. That's different than going out to a rally or to a pancake breakfast in Iowa when you're standing up there with the other people who are running for president. And not only are they challenging each other, the moderators are challenging those beliefs. And right now, they are essentially being unchallenged about Medicare for all and some of the ultra-left.
I guarantee you that all of the moderators are going to ask questions about all of these issues because this is how you find out what the candidates believe. Now, I don't think it's unreasonable to say we're going to go, you know, where the primary voters are and make sure that they can see our message, and also to say, again,
who has more viewers, Fox News or MSNBC?
And who has more Democrats?
Well, if they want
still a lot
more
of
eyeballs, then they should go to the place where there are more viewers. And believe me, plenty of independents watch Fox News.
And they know exactly where to find these debates on every other channel.
We will see.